welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Courtney and this is Creative on the Cheap, where I like to do budget-friendly DIYs and home decor. Today I have got some practical and fun DIYs to share with you. Thank you to Cricut for sponsoring today's video. Now without further ado, let's get into these DIYs. For this first project, I'm going to be making some more paint bottle storage. I have 6 of these wooden crates, and all I'm going to do is give them a light sanding, and then I'm going to go in with some Waverly White chalk paint and paint them. I'm not trying to get full coverage, but I am going to cover them enough because I am trying to keep it somewhat rustic as I go through and paint. Now that my crates are all painted, I knew that I wanted to spruce up the crates in some shape or form. So what I decided is I wanted to take some scrapbook paper that I got from Cricut. It's really, really pretty. And I wanted to use that as the backing of the crate. So here I'm just using my iPad with Cricut Design Space. You can use a desktop. You can use a smartphone. That's one of the many things I love. It's just so easy to use. And here I have a square. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to measure the inside of the crate. And then all I have to do is in Design Space, go and make the adjustments to the measurement, duplicate that 6 times, well 5 times I guess, and then spread them out on my canvas, and then I'm gonna let the Cricut do the work and cut these little rectangles out for me so I can multitask and do some other things.
I'm feeling good, I'm feeling great, running out of town just to celebrate. The fortune's here to stay, a one-way ticket to a better day. Rocking chair and a glass of wine, in the shade of a tree, and I'm feeling fine. There's not a
My Cricut Explore Air 2 is all ready to go. Now, this is how easy this is to use. So you just take your scrapbook paper, and I'm just gonna stick it on my mat. Now, I'm using paper for this DIY, and another one I'm gonna use some permanent vinyl, and that's another great thing. This machine will cut 100 different materials. So you just take your paper, set it on your mat, and then you feed it into your machine. This one has a little dial where it has common settings like paper, it has cardstock, light cardstock. There's also a custom setting that you can turn it on and then choose what material you're using in Design Space. So yeah, I'm just gonna put this in there, let it do its thing, and then I'm gonna do some other stuff while it's doing all the work.
step up and say.
My rectangles are all cut out, and what I decided to do is before I actually assemble my paint storage, I wanted to go ahead and get my rectangular scrapbook pieces attached. Now I'm going to use hot glue to attach them, but if you think you might want to change out your paper more regularly, I just use some spray adhesive. That would work too. This scrapbook paper actually came from Cricut, and I really like it because it is double-sided. So what I decided to do to kind of add some, I don't know, extra oomph to my project is 3 of the rectangles are going to be with one side, the pink and green, and then the other 3 are going to be the coordinating side, which is really nice. Now, if you're thinking about getting a Cricut, another awesome thing about it is they sell all the products that you could possibly think of that you would need to make projects. So you don't have to, buy the machine and then try to figure out what products can I use. They sell the wood, they sell the felt, leather, iron-on, permanent vinyl. I mean, they sell all kinds of things that definitely, if you're kind of on the fence, you don't need to be, because they will take care of you. They have everything you need. So like I said, just a little hot glue. We'll get these put in here, and then I'll be ready to go ahead and put my crates together. Now, to do that, I am just going to use some wood hot glue. I would recommend using something kind of permanent versus just regular hot glue, just because these crates are going to get weighted with the paint. And so either whether you use regular wood glue or you use E6000 or a more permanent super glue, something like that, I would recommend that over regular glue just to keep it super sturdy.
What is real? The love you feel is like water in a glass. Don't try to separate the ones you hate from the ones that you don't know. 'Cause there's a part of you that never could let.
And here's what it looks like before I get it all filled up with some more paint. It cost me a little over $6, and I really like how it looks. For this next fun DIY, it's going to be something I'm going to add to all that ice cream summer themed decor I did a while back. I'm going to take this rolling pin and first tape off the handles with some painter's tape. Then I'm going to take some Waverly White chalk paint and I'm going to paint the center of the rolling pin and make sure I get full coverage on it. Now this is going to be spruced up so that it will match, like I said, that ice cream decor. And I'm going to be working with some vinyl to get a sticker on there that's going to say sprinkles. My rolling pin is all dry, so the first step will be to take off the tape off of both sides of the handles. Then I'll be ready to apply my vinyl sticker. So I've already put the transfer tape on top of my vinyl, and what I'm going to do is first just peel that off. Then I'm going to take it and lightly set it down on my rolling pin. And because the rolling pin is rounded, what I have found is it's super easy to, once you kind of lightly set it down on a rounded surface, something like this especially, just start at the top and kind of push it down from the top of the letter to the bottom and it'll go on super easily, super nice. I am going to use a little bit of pressure just to make sure it's completely stuck, like this, and then I'll peel the transfer tape up and then the sticker will be on there. And then to spruce it up just a little bit more, I'm going to take some acrylic markers and I'm going to go in and just freehand a bunch of colorful sprinkles all over this rolling pin, and then this project is finished. This next project I'm super excited about. I wanted to make a little gift for my daughter, so I'm making her 2 coasters that she can take away with her to college this fall. So there's 2 different ways that you can do these coasters. The first way is to do a freehand where you can do your own drawing, your own designing. So I asked Bailey to sketch out some flowers for me and she gladly obliged. So she sketched them out just on a piece of laser copy paper. That's all this is. I'm trimming it down so that it will fit my square coaster. I'm also going to make a round coaster. Once this is all trimmed, I am going to go in with a pencil and kind of mostly erase the pencil marks. You don't have to do your sketches with pencil first, but I did go ahead and erase it. Now I'm going to use the Infusible ink markers to color it in. Now here's the thing about these markers is when you're coloring it, you're probably going to notice a little bit that the color is a little bit more dull than what the actual marker looks like. But trust me, when you are done with the project, the colors that you are coloring in will be exactly the same marker colors. Another thing I wanted to quickly mention is if you are going to put words in your free-handed design, you do have to mirror the letters. So just be prepared to do that if you are going to handwrite words. Now, if you were in Cricut Design Space, there's an option. It will automatically do that for you. But again, if you're doing it with your own hands, you're going to have to mirror those letters. Now for this project, you are going to need to use heat, and I am using this Easy Press 2, and I love it because you can set exact temperatures and exact amount of time that you are going to be needing to apply heat to a project. So for this one, I'm going to be setting it at 400 degrees, and it's going to need to go for 240 seconds. Now I'm ready to make my project. So the first thing I'm going to do is take a piece of cardstock and stick it down on my mat to help it protect it. Then I'm going to go ahead and take my coaster. This came from Cricut, and you want to make sure you wipe down the surface really, really good. You don't want fingerprints or dust or any type of debris on it. Once it's nice and clean and wiped down, you're going to take your design and put your design face down against your coaster. You can use some heat resistant tape to help you keep your design in place. Then the last thing you put on top is a piece of butcher paper. From there, you just pick up your easy press, set it down, hit that start button, and then let the easy press do all the work. I did want to quickly show you, these are the Infusible ink markers and the colors that I use for this specific project: Cardinal, Neon Pink, and Bright Green.
Oh, won't you sing to me?
It's all finished, so you simply pick up your easy press, and then here's the kicker: you've got to let it cool. It's going to be hot. You don't want to touch it right away. You're going to let it cool. Once you've let it cool and you're good to go, you simply peel off your design, and then you are left with a gorgeous custom-made coaster.
As I say.
Now, if you aren't feeling strong with your freehand game, then this is the other way you can make a coaster. So what you're going to want to do is, again, taking some laser copy paper, I'm going to take an Infusible marker. I'm going to use the black one, and I'm going to snap it into my Cricut. I went into Design Space and I searched some of the thousands of images that they have in their Cricut Access, and I picked a mandala that I liked. So now I'm going to let the Cricut draw the mandala for me. Once I pull that mandala off, then I'm going to go in and color it. It's just like coloring a coloring book. It's so fun and therapeutic. And I'm going to go ahead and fill it in and make it look how I want it to, and then go through the exact same steps that I did for the first coaster. And then now I've got a second coaster.
When times get rough, I try to tell you we need to fight in every way. No hugs, no kisses could protect us from what the future had in store. Love is a flicker in the
This last DIY is a quick little fun summer DIY to do. So I had this cup left over from a different project that I decided not to do, and all I did was take a plastic cup and paint it with some white chalk paint. And I knew that when I do my ice cream themed display, I wanted something cute to hold my greenery. So I simply went onto Cricut, found a super cute font. They had so many to choose from. It really took me a long time to find what I think is the perfect font because there were so many. And I just cut this out with vinyl. I'm just applying it to here. Once it's applied on there, I decided I wanted to make a little accessory with it. So I'm going to make a little farmhouse bead display to go with it.
We grew apart more every day. When times get rough, I try to tell you.
Now, to work on my beads, I'm going to take this wood slice that I had, and I'm simply just going to paint the top of it with some Waverly White chalk paint. Then I'm going to grab 2 different sizes of wooden beads, and I'm going to string some beads up on some twine to attach to this wood slice.
In every way. No hugs, no kisses could protect us from what the future had in store. Love is a flicker in the distance. Oh, you try to grab it and it's gone. Won't you sing to me?
The beads are all on there, so on the end that has the big roll of twine still, I'm just going to directly attach a tassel. I just take some of the twine, wrap it around my fingers, then I'm going to take a small piece and tie it up on one end through the loop. And once I've done that, then I'll cut the ends. And then to get the little poof kind of at the top of the tassel, I'm just going to take another piece of twine and wrap it around 2 times and get that little poof, and then the tassel is attached to that end.
Sing to me. Simple as I say.
beads are finished, so now the wood slice is attached to the beads, and here is just a sketched out little ice cream cone. And so all I'm going to do is, using all Waverly chalk paint, I'm going to paint the ice cream with ballet slipper, the cone with hazelnut, the whipped cream with ivory, and the cherry will be with the crimson Waverly chalk paint. Once that is done, I'm going to go in with my acrylic markers to add a little bit of detail to this ice cream cone, and then this little farmhouse ice cream bead set is all finished.
How come the stars come to shine when it's dark from so far away and show us where we are? What makes the sun go to sleep every night, and what's it dreaming of?
And there you have it. Let me know down below which one of these DIYs was your favorite. I cannot wait to pull together all my ice cream decor. If you missed that first video, I will link it in a card coming up here in a second. Thanks again for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Until next time, I'll see you later. Bye!
How come the sky sometimes hides behind